We're going to try it again.
If we get cut off again or go south, we'll probably just, or at least I will. I'll just hang it up.
We'll see what happens. I hope folks find us. We got locked out, so I had to start over again. Because one person has found us again.
Okay.
Here they come.
CB
Now we're up
and
to
Amy.
three.
Okay.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
You know, all this technology is great, except when it doesn't
Actually,
work.
I'm in front. He's back.
And Shay's back too.
Welcome back, Jay.
Oh.
I was trying to put a message up there telling y'all that we were going to restart, and it just wouldn't let us do anything.
Yeah, we were locked up here.
It totally locked us out, so I just shut it down.
And then
and
all of a
started
sudden
over.
we dropped down to
Two.
two viewers from 17. So
Julie Nilsson, hello, welcome.
16 degrees this morning where you are, huh?
That's too cold for me.
Pretty nippy.
Welcome back, Christy. Hi, Iris.
So, Julie, you got a little fire going, or how do you stay warm
Welcome
when
back,
it's 16 degrees? I know up in Omaha, I used to get the fireplace going, and last night, now bear in mind, we have a large screen TV.
Very large.
I'm not trying to brag on it, but it was one of the few luxuries that I bought for us when I started getting all my larger VA benefits.
Hi, Tracy.
But I went out and bought an 80-inch TV,
It's huge.
and we love it. And so last night, Kate wanted to go over to YouTube and just tool around. And she found or showed me basically these continuous loop kind of things. And one of them was a fireplace with just some real
Easy
soft,
listening.
easy listening Christmas music behind it. It was all acoustic guitar. And I ended up sitting there staring at that thing like it was a real fire.
Thanks, Tracy.
It was really nice. It was really nice.
It was lovely. We left it on for a while.
So I used to, back in Omaha, and then also even down in Woodville, we had a fireplace in our double wide down there.
Yeah. And
And
I
I'd
kept it
build-
going constantly.
I'd build a lot of fires in that thing, and we'd just kind of sit around and watch the fire burn. And we had a fire pit out back, do the same thing. We'd go out there in the evening.
Yes,
And,
it was very relaxing, Christy. Hello, Annie. Good to see you.
Yeah, that was definitely a splurge, but I did get a hell of a deal on it. I looked and looked and looked and looked before I finally found the one I wanted.
Hello, Carrie. Amy, we can't
So-
do any moving until both of my parents have gone home. Sorry.
So I did the best. I mean, I could have spent $5,000. I only ended up spending, I think, $1,200 for an 80-inch TV, which I thought was a real good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was through Best Buy. So
And it's so
they
clear.
came and installed it and
The picture's clear and
put
the
everything on
colors
the
are
wall for
good.
me.
Lisa, that's one of the reasons why we have the big screen is because our eyes don't do as well as they used to either.
Yep. Chris said
Aw.
favorite memories are rocking in front of the fireplace with her grandmother. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
We didn't have a fireplace growing up. Living in South Texas, there are not too many times where you need a
You
fireplace.
don't need them a lot in Corpus, do you?
Hmm?
Don't need them a lot in Corpus.
No,
Yep. But
I agree, CB, and that was beautiful
I'll
music.
tell you another one that I ran across some years ago. I've got some Native American chants.
Yes,
You remember that one?
yeah,
I've got it somewhere.
they are.
I can't
beautiful.
remember the name of it, but I got it through Amazon Music.
Mhm.
And it is some of the
Thank
best,
you, Annie.
some of the best relaxation music I've ever heard. It's just beautiful.
And he was having a hard time sleeping when he found that. And I remember he called me the day after he got his first really decent night's rest. And he sounded so much better.
Yeah, Kate does look festive today. Then and everything she's got on today is red and white, and she even down to her socks.
Oh,
Her shorts are red and white.
I don't know if I can get up
I
and
don't
show
think you
him.
can get up and show them, but her shorts are like red and white, and
See, I've got red and white shorts. and red and white socks. That's right, Mrs. Santa.
Oh, CB is a licensed
Licensed.
massage therapist,
Oh, cool.
trained by Native Americans. Cool.
Well, I'm not licensed CB, but I've done massage all of my life since I was a little bitty girl. I was like 9 when my dad fell on a set of cement stairs and messed up his back, and I was the only one that wanted to learn how to do the massage. So I've done it for a lot of years too.
Yeah, I had a fire with the air conditioning on. There's a good idea. I can relate to that, Christy.
Carrie likes the socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, my favorite color is purple, but the one that looks best on me is red. So I have a lot of red. It's also his favorite
It's
color.
my favorite color. So
So let's see. Just got some new clothes for the kids, done in Sweden. They're so colorful and beautiful. How nice. You were scared. You thought I was going.
well, those are probably not red.
No, they're not red. They're skin tones. Beige.
I think I'm wearing black today. So
No, just my lovely socks. And I now have 3 pair of red and white striped socks and 2 pair of blue socks with white stars on them. So,
and they were all free, weren't they? Didn't-
yeah, they were all free
She's been getting gifts from somewhere. What is it?
from Disabled Veterans of America.
Oh, okay.
Because I send them $15 every so often. And I get lots of little goodies from them. Don't need to know what color they are.
Well, you never know.
Oh, well. Does anybody else like to wear weird socks? I love crazy socks. I've probably got 25 pair of fuzzy socks that I wear to bed.
Easily.
And they're all
She's
different
got
colors.
like 2 drawerfuls of socks.
Carrie has a fire this evening. Oh. That's where I got some of mine, Lisa, was, well, not CVS. I got mine at Walmart, but the same kind of idea. And I love socks too. When I was a kid, you couldn't get me in socks or shoes. I was barefoot all the time. But now I prefer having the socks. You're thick to wear in your Wellington boots. Yeah, those are good too. Darn tough wool socks. I'm kind of allergic to wool, so I've not tried any wool socks.
Yeah, and Christy just got some
2 pair of
2
Christmas
pair of
socks.
Christmas socks a couple days ago.
I got a pair of socks just recently that are infused with aloe, and they have kitty cat faces on the toes. They're really cute. On top, it's cold here. Just got
Julie,
off
I'm
the
sorry
ice
you're
bag.
hurting.
Burning nerve pain in my back is
I
off
know
the
what
charts.
that's like.
Oh, Julie, I'm so sorry.
I certainly know what that's like.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad we helped. I sit on the not an ice pack, a heating pad all the time for the arthritis in my back.
Kate sleeps with her socks on too.
I do what?
Lisa said she sleeps with her socks on.
Yeah,
Kate does too a lot.
a lot. Carrie's a barefoot girl too. Yep, I did too. In the middle of summer in South Texas, I was barefoot out on the sidewalks in the street, and it never bothered me. But now I can't even go barefoot in my own house.
CB's got 3 new amaryllis.
Oh,
Getting ready to put
cool!
them in.
So they're still in the bulb form. I love amaryllis. My mom has saved them from year to year. When my stepdad or my sisters and I gave her the bulbs, she saved them after they quit blooming, and now she has a garden that's just full of them, and they come up every year, and they're just so pretty.
You sleep better with socks on?
I
Why
didn't
is
know
that?
that, but I do. Something about squishing grass between your toes. Yes, right, Carrie. Although I didn't spend much time on the grass, I was usually too busy wandering from down the street. My bottom of my feet were like shoes. They really were.
I had feet like iron when I was a kid running on the deserts of Arizona.
CB, you should try planting them.
Yeah.
That would be good. I know Mom just absolutely loves hers. And I also found out that after the bloom dies, they put out like a stalk, and they have seeds that you can plant as well.
Celtic,
Hello,
hey, Celtic, how you doing there, big guy?
Lisa, I've had doctors tell me not to walk around barefoot too, but I always did. You know, Iris, I didn't like flip-flops because I had to have something between my toes, and I hated that. Hello, thinking of others. It's wonderful to see you.
That name does not ring a bell with me. Is that someone you know?
I'm sorry?
Is that someone you know?
I'm not. I don't think so, but
Are you new here? Thinking of others? I don't recall that name, but welcome. Thank you for coming by.
I know that they're
And
from
thanks for seeing
Georgia.
from Georgia. Yep.
Julie, they might not. I know.
Yeah, Idaho winters are
It
pretty
never
tough.
gets cold here. Neuropathy in your feet. You can't do it. Yeah. I have neuropathy in my hands, not my feet.
There's a lot of pain in this group, you know what?
Have what?
There's a lot of pain in this group.
Yes, there is. There's also a lot of tough people who are determined not to let that stop
That's
them.
true. That's true. And yeah, you're right. Yep. I'll tell you what, since I got my pain pump implanted, life has certainly been different for me. It knocked out about 98% of my persistent pain.
Yes, it has. It's wonderful.
Yep. It's just all part of life, I guess.
It's our age. We're all getting on, and I fight my aches.
Don't we all? Yep. I'll tell you what, youth is wasted on the young. That's for darn sure.
Well, I've decided I'm not ever going to get old. I am getting older, but I will never get old. I'm just not.
Okay.
That's it. Old is an attitude. I've got a monitor, right?
Oh,
Two of them right
you're
there.
I got caught, didn't I?
Like time.
Well, that didn't
Keep
work.
on going. No, I'm not saying I won't get older.
Well, she wasn't looking at me. I thought I could get away with it, but
But I'm looking at two
yeah,
screens in
well,
front of me.
that didn't work too well.
Vintage is not old. Thank you, CB. I'm vintage. Age is just a number.
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
tell you
I
what, when
agree.
you got 73 or 74 in that age, that's a hell of a lot more than a number partner.
I like that. Lisa calls herself a seasoned citizen.
There you go, fine
I
wine.
like that
Yeah,
one. That's
a
cool.
seasoned citizen. There you go. I like that one. I'm
Not
shit. I'm just
senior, but
I'm just
seasoned.
an old fart. That's all there is to it. I'm just an old fart.
Brett looks old when his back is acting up. You're right. When his back was acting up, or when he had surgery that he just had recently, he looked old and walked old.
Yeah,
Age and tenacity triumph over youth every time. Yeah, you're right, Iris. I agree. Seasoned, experienced citizen. I like that.
yeah. I'm just old. That's all. I'm
I'm
an
not.
old man. What am I going to do?
No, I
There's
refuse to be old.
very little I can do or say about it that's going to change anything. I'm just an old man. But I'm lucky to be an old man.
Yeah, it certainly beats
You
the
know,
alternative.
there you go. You know, the older I get, the luckier I am.
Mhm.
So,
Every day when we wake up, thank you God for this day, and thank you God for my David or my Kate.
well, just about, I've never been as old as I am right now. And that's
And
just
you're
keep
younger
on
than you'll
going.
be next time.
Yep. And I'll tell you, Christy's they're getting old ain't for sissies. That's for darn sure. That is a great truism right there. Yes, CB, I have earned every scar I've got, every wrinkle, every sag.
He's weeding
Yep.
in the vegetable patch for hours and stopped when the muscles in the bottom started to twinge. Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Yep,
Who's an antique, Amy?
that would be me.
I'm grateful and
Lisa,
thankful
that's
today.
that's for darn sure. You know, thank you, Lord, for another day. That's all. That's the biggest prayer I've got. Yes, it has, Annie. It has been a great ride. You know, when you do get to my age, you tend to spend a lot more of your time looking back than you do looking forward. So, and when you start to look back, almost invariably you start to look at either the mistakes you've made or
The decisions you would make a different
the
way.
decisions you'd like to have over again, or the path not taken. Basically, you think about what you could have, should have, would have done if you'd just known a little more. And,
Or if you knew then what you know now.
yeah, there you go. So that's very true. Yeah, it's all learning experiences, that's for sure. It's just,
Well, Amy, you're
Unfortunately,
coming up on
there's-
it pretty quick because
there's no,
Antique is 50.
unlike in golf, there's no mulligans in life.
Don't let mistakes beat you up.
Yeah, I try not to do that either. I mean, you can look at them, examine them. I mean, I've got quite a few mistakes that I've made that I've gone back and kind of ruminated on. But the way I look at it, everything that has gone on before has put you where you are. So if any one of those things changed, you might not be where you are. So I'm extremely grateful for everything that has happened to me that has put me where I am today because I am with Kate. And that's where I am supposed to be. So everything that transpired, all the grief, the heartache, the fighting, the
That's right,
arguments,
Carrie.
all the bullshit that I've been through in my whole life has brought me here, sitting beside this woman, talking to you. And I have to honestly say, if any of that changed, I might not be here. So I don't want to change any of it.
Me either.
If I had a genie and rubbed it and they said you can wipe out a mistake from the past, I'd have to say no, because it might put me someplace different than where I am now. And this is
I
where I
would.
want to be. So anyway, enough philosophy for today.
Yeah, we both looked at each other and talked about the mistakes we've made, but we go back to what he just said. Everything that has happened in the past has made us who we are and brought us to where we are.
Yep.
And we are both happy where and with whom we are right now.
Yep. And there are no promises in life either. So, that's the thing is you have to take it as it comes, because unless you are very, very skilled, you really can't tailor your life the way you want to. There are some that do. They're so dedicated, they're so determined, they're so focused that they can literally map out their life. Me, I've been a victim of circumstances more time than I can count. And those circumstances have been what have changed the direction or path that I was on at that time.
Hello, Allie. Merry Christmas.
So if it wasn't for those circumstances and those seemingly snap decisions sometimes that change the course of your life, I wouldn't be here. So I can't change any of it. Don't want to.
The way I figure it, God has a wonderful sense of humor. He gave us all the right to choose, and then he sits back and watches us choose
And
and see
laughs.
what happens and laughs.
I think we are very amusing to God. I really do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we are a source of constant amusement to God.
I agree, Annie. New electronics and I'm lost. Sometimes our determination and control of path leads us away from God's greatest blessing. That is true.
That's true too. Yeah, we
That is true.
try to take things in our own hands. That's and CB, you're right there too. Life changes so fast. You got to roll with it. It's what was right yesterday may not be right today and might be right again tomorrow. You just got to roll with it.
Well,
And there are those that
to some extent, I agree.
refuse
with
to
that.
roll, like
some
rolling
ex-
out of office. But
Yeah.
oh well.
To some extent, I agree with that. What you said about things are right today might not be tomorrow and might be again the day after.
Yep.
I think there are certain things that are just basic truths.
Oh yeah.
But other than those very basic truths, like you shouldn't kill, and that means people, beyond that, everything changes and goes. Today I'm doing well with rolling with it. Other days not so much. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Yep.
Our wheels need WD-40, Christy says. Oh, that's good, Christy.
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that one.
You
Now
know,
you're rolling. Well,
speaking of
I need
speaking
some
of
WD-40.
speaking of WD-40, that reminds me. I did something the other day. I went to the grocery store with my friend Donna, and while we were there, I went over into the housewares area and bought or picked up a small can of WD-40. She said, "What do you need that for?" I said, "Watch." I opened it up, put the little thing in, bit down, and sprayed all 4 of the wheels on my cart, because when I got it, it would barely push and it screamed and squealed. And I pushed it for a few seconds and it quit screaming. She said, "That's a good idea. We ought to all do that." I said, "Yeah, but then they'd be out of WD-40. So,
Well, did you buy the can or put
yeah,
it back?
no,
Okay.
I bought the can. I put it in my little thing and went with it. But I like to try and remember to carry it with me so that when I go into the store, if I get one of those nasty carts again, I can fix it. I hate trying to push carts that scream and squeak, and you have one of those wheels that does this every time you try and move. Just drives me nuts. You're going to need a bigger house if you keep shopping. I understand that one, Amy. You still haven't seen the pictures of my pantry. There's just a little pathway through things. But
Yeah, I don't go in there.
my carpenter is talking about coming and looking at what it costs to make real shelves in there too. Let's see, trying to steer a stiff one really hurts. You're right, Carrie. It really does. Yep.
I tell you, but back when I was driving carts, if I went 10 feet and it wasn't a good one,
You took it back.
it went off to the side and I just grabbed another one. Just,
Yep.
I don't have time for that crap.
Let's see, I didn't have time to go back and get another one. I just carried my WD-40 and squirt the wheels. They're not that expensive, a couple of dollars for a little
Oh, I
one that'll
know.
treat hundreds of carts. It's not like I'm spending a lot of money
So
upkeeping Walmart's
there
equipment.
might be other times when you need it too. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean, any house that doesn't have WD-40 in it is
in trouble.
could be.
Some work better if you pull them. You know, I hadn't thought about that, Carrie, but that may be true. Kind of like front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. I guess when you're pulling it becomes a front wheel drive cart, huh? That's good.
Oh,
So, Amy, what did you get? Oh, by the way, Amy, I forgot to tell you, I got my air fryer. It came and it is awesome. It is really wonderful. I can't wait to cook some things in it now.
you haven't actually used it yet, have you?
No, I have not. I've used it. I've run it through the break-in period, but I've not cooked in it yet. And it's all glass on the part that gets near the food, so I don't have to worry about nonstick giving off bad fumes and that kind of stuff. The only problem I have is it's so big around it doesn't fit in my kitchen sinks. But that's not all that unusual. My dehydrator doesn't fit in my kitchen sink. Neither of my pressure cookers do.
And Amy just ordered a new dehydrator.
Did
too.
you order the one we talked about, Amy? Magic Mill, I think it is. I hope so. I love mine. I really do. Yeah, Carrie, I had thought about getting one of the others. Oh, goody, she got the Magic Mill. I thought thought about getting one of the other air fryers, but I decided since they are all coated with that non-stick Teflon stuff on the inside, I wouldn't have it because it'd be bad for my bird. But just got a call from Sunset Cruise. You want a 4-day, 2-night trip to the Grand Canyon?
Cool.
To the Grand Canyon? A cruise line? That's interesting. I didn't know they had those on the cruise line. First of all, I didn't know there was any water to go to the Grand Canyon on, but that would be neat. Putting off going in there and reorganizing my food preps. I've got so much stuff here and there. Yeah. Yep, same here. Yes, Julie, it is bad for us too. But when I found this one, I'd been looking for a long time. I found this one, believe it or not, at Finger Hut. And it was a great buy. It was less than $100. And I'm really excited to start working it, start doing some things.
Finger Hut's come a long way, by the way.
What happened?
Finger Hut.
Yes, yes. There
You know,
used
it's
to be
kinda
nothing
like-
but cheap stuff.
It's kind of like a Spiegel catalog now. Finger Hut catalog's like yay thick.
Can I have a Kleenex, please? Thank you. Yours is stainless? Oh, cool. Yeah, but I knew it had the Colorado River in it, Celtic, but how can you get a cruise liner down there?
Silicone is okay, but I don't recommend it. But it's all right. It doesn't put off any toxic fumes. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Anything that is they call it PCBEs, which basically is Teflon and all of its variations. Those are the ones that are toxic. But silicone is all right. Stainless is okay.
Glass
Copper.
is wonderful.
Copper is okay. Cast iron, aluminum, things of that sort. But anything that you have coated with a non-stick surface is questionable.
I've heard some people say, and Julie said it too, that aluminum is not good to cook with.
I don't think it is. Aluminum vaporizes at a relatively low temperature.
So we're
And if you've,
inhaling
ever,
aluminum.
if you've ever noticed, if you use an aluminum pan, you end up getting an odor in the air. I don't like aluminum pans. I really don't.
I don't.
Now,
we don't
if
have any.
it's an aluminum bottom, but it's like something else on the inside, maybe. But I don't like aluminum either. I don't think we have any aluminum, do we? Do we have any aluminum?
No.
Good.
Completely got rid of it.
Yeah, no, the silicone trays for the dehydrator, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I
They're-
have
they're-
those and we use them.
They're not going to get over a couple hundred degrees at worst. So
Yeah, most dehydrators don't go over about, I think one of them I saw went up to a little over 200, but most of them don't.
yeah,
Dehydrating's done at low temperatures.
I think the aluminum is what puts off the off gases. Julie, you're right.
Yep.
But like I said, I don't care for aluminum.
I use parchment paper too, Christy, depending on what I'm doing. Some of the things that I do, like when I dehydrate my raw eggs, I prefer the trays, the little plastic trays they give you to make fruit bark in, because I don't know if you've ever tried to do it, but pouring raw eggs onto parchment paper with nothing to give it a lip is very difficult to do. Aha! I did not know that. Julie Nelson says that Alzheimer's and the elderly are due to the metals.
I believe there is some truth to that, Julie.
It wouldn't surprise me. Everything else in our
Well, we
environment is
just-
giving us trouble.
It took 20 years for DuPont to admit that Teflon was killing birds, even though it was, and they knew it.
Ah,
So
I didn't think you were a troll thinking of others, or Dave. You threw my mind
if you're
into
going on a cruise
curve
on,
there.
at the Grand Canyon, they do have boats on the Grand Canyon, but anyway,
He was just joking.
yeah.
Eggs don't work on parchment. Not well. I actually have done them on parchment. What I did was fold up the sides and then bend it over and put a little Eco clip on each corner, which gave it just a little bit of a lift. But that's kind of hard. And when I have those fruit bark trays, or they call them fruit roll-up trays that are plastic, that works. Celtic, some people do have Alzheimer's in their family. My dad had it. My grandmother had it. Some days I think I have it. But
My greatest fear.
there is some proof out there that some forms of Alzheimer's are caused by the extra metals in the air. So, it's like every other kind of sickness. Not everybody gets it the same way.
But I think there are a lot of environmental factors with Alzheimer's and things of that
Hello, Pork and Allotment. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Welcome.
There's a lot of environmental factors with cancer and
Mm-hmm.
Alzheimer's, a lot of other diseases. I mean, we had them back in the day,
But not to the degree
but
we
not
do
to the
now.
extent that we have. It's just like, I mean, you could say environmental factors have something to do with autism. As much as autism now is such an epidemic, uh, what's causing it? You know, anyway,
Christy has a sister that has Downs, and she now has
Yep.
Alzheimer's as well.
genetics caused it. That's a good possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also environmental factors that might be involved with that. You just never know.
It's like the arthritis. My family is riddled with arthritis. I mean, my poor mama puts her hands up and her fingers go like this, and then they go off at an angle. So,
I got to tell you though, I was talking to my son a few days ago, and he and his sister, I guess, invested in this 23andMe, and they had their genetic makeup and what our origins are and all that stuff worked out. But one of the things they give you is this report on your propensity to have various conditions, illnesses, ailments. I mean, everything from Alzheimer's
Thank you,
on
Dave.
down. The only thing that my genetics are susceptible to, at least genetically,
huh?
is an inclination toward diabetes, and I do not have diabetes.
And Julie Nelson says Alzheimer's is considered diabetes of the brain in some places.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I know to me it's a neurological thing.
My family has diabetes in its history. It has arthritis in its history. It has heart problems in its history. It has Alzheimer's and dementia in it. I mean, if there's something bad, my family's got it.
I asked him to send me the list, and that it was I mean, there's like 40, 50, 60 things on this list they give you, and genetically for me, I'm not prone to any of them, which I've always claimed. Now, I've always claimed that my peasant stock is what has kept me alive over the years, because going way back, I figure my ancestors survived all the plagues, the typhus, the typhoid, all of the various endemic and pandemic things that happened all through the Middle Ages and so on. And it got tough. And as a result, all of those immunities and resistances have been passed down to me and mine. So,
Glaucoma is one of the few things my family does not have a history of. We have a lot of history of high blood pressure. There's not anybody in my generation or the generations before us that didn't have high blood pressure, including my mother, who only weighs 97 pounds. She's the skinniest thing in the world, but she still has high blood pressure.
what Carrie says there, an elderly neighbor had a hip replacement, but her body was found to have a lot of metal in her blood. So they replaced it again with porcelain,
But her mental state
or it might have
deteriorated.
been ceramic. I think that's the other one. I have an artificial hip too, but her mental state deteriorated rapidly. Huh.
And Christy says they actually think that Down may hold the answer to how Alzheimer's develops. They're 3 times more likely to get Alzheimer's.
Huh. Well, I hope they figure it out. I mean, sooner or later, I mean, not in my lifetime or maybe anybody who's here right now. One of these days, there'll be the master vaccine that cures everything. We will get there.
They have it.
All
Called
right.
death. That cures everything.
Well, it certainly stops everything in its tracks. That's
There
true.
you go.
There you go.
It even cures life.
You
Oh, by the way, I did not have the dental surgery. They've put it off until January. So,
Annie Martin's thanking you for every can of green beans that she opens.
oh, thank you, Annie. I'm glad to hear that. It's a family from my way back family. Always married crazy drunken ladies. May I ask if you know any from Texas?
There's a few around here, I think.
Actually, I I have a younger sister who's 4 years younger than I am who is looking.
And
She works. She is crazy lady
she's a
from
crazy
Texas.
drunken lady.
Pyrenees mixed dogs raise blood pressure. Gotta love the rascal. So I have a dog that's not Pyrenees who raises my blood pressure. Yes.
Well, I've had cataract surgery on both eyes.
But you didn't have glaucoma.
No, don't have glaucoma. But apparently now I do have a propensity toward the, what was it?
I don't know. You
There's something else
Well, if
that,
you told me, I forgot.
Me too. They told me when I had that eye exam that I had some of the precursors for the dry eye, something or other. What is it that Tom has?
TED, T-E-D,
What is that?
something eye disease.
Oh, that thyroid eye disease? No, that's not it.
Okay.
No.
Why do y'all know about non-dehydrating above 105? Higher, you lose the nutrients. I dehydrate almost everything below 105, usually around 100. It takes a little longer sometimes, but it works well. David's getting antsy. It's almost golf time, and he knows you.
I've been looking at the clock. I have. Yes, I have.
Actually, it's been scientifically proven that having pets around you, particularly fuzzy, hairy pets that you can
That sleep in your
stroke,
bed. That sleep in your bed. That's another
that you
thing.
can stroke, it's good
Lowers.
for your
It's
blood
good
pressure.
for your health. Lowers your blood pressure.
Mhm.
Stabilizes your brain waves. Gives you more. What's
Endorphins?
endorphins. And what else is it? There's another one that.
I don't know, but all I know is every evening when I sit down in my recliner and put my feet up, on this side I have a dog who's sleeping, and on this side I have a cat who's sleeping.
Yep.
They always get up there and they stay as long as I'll allow them.
Next time around, we got to get her a bigger recliner.
I want one of those double recliners. A dozen
Well,
hours
Amy, I'm
too,
glad
and
you're staying healthy. That's pretty high percentage of.
you do very well with it, though.
Julie
dogs,
wants to know
cats,
if your
3 rabbits,
dehydrator is
and
adjustable.
2 turtles. Oh my goodness! Working allotments, you got a lot.
Julie wants to know if your dehydrator is adjustable.
Yes, I have the Magic Mill, and it is adjustable from, I think it's 95 up to 120. I think that's the range.
Yeah, Lisa, our critters are definitely therapeutic. I mean, we've had them around for thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
and they do help us out.
Hello, Homestead Paradise.
Homestead
Welcome.
Paradise.
Carrie, I'm sorry you're
19.
losing it. Try
I-
refreshing again.
I tell you what, I'm about ready
It's
to go.
golf time for you.
Yeah, it is.
All right, sweetie.
So anyway, folks, thanks for coming by. I'm going to cruise on out of here. Thank you very much for joining us and spending part of your Sunday with us. We very much appreciate it. I like I said when we started out, this is the high point of my week.
Mm-hmm.
So love you all. Take care. Know that you're in our thoughts and prayers, and be well.
And yep, you did know it, Annie, didn't you?
Yep.
And if you all have,
Did you see me getting antsy? Is that what happened?
yes, if you have prayer requests, I have my paper and my pen right here.
Okay, I'll see y'all later. Take care.
Oh, Allie, I'm sorry. That is hard. Let's see if I can do this. So, Amy says, enjoy your golf.
I'll try.
There, that's a little.
I'm
Sorry about that. You heard me finally.
I'm going to leave these toys there for right now.
Okay. You need to change your. Sorry about that.
When you come in, would you mind bringing it down?
Yes, I will. Boys, no scream. Sorry about that. Everyone's saying have a good evening.
Thank you, folks.
He'll get all set up and go in there, and when I finish, I'll go in and he'll be all involved in whatever golf is going on.
Yeah, it's playing down in Mexico this week.
It's what?
playing down in Mexico.
Oh, yes.
It's a real nice course right on the ocean.
It is a lovely course.
So, all right, see you later.
Thinking of others says happy trails to you. I'm not leaving yet. Where did I
Adios,
get the magic
muchachos,
ribbon?
compañeros de mi vida.
I bought it online. I think it was through Amazon. It was a very good price and it works well. Starts physical therapy. Oh, very good. Very good. That's a new specific I can put on there. Okay. Annie, I like it because number one, it's not all plastic. Number two, it's got square trays, not round. Number three, it takes 10 trays instead of 4 or 6 like the others do. Roberta, you take care. Thank you for coming. I really enjoy it. Yeah, Christy, he loves his golf. I have learned to like golf since he and I have been married. I knew nothing about it beforehand, but he loves his golf too. So I like horses. I'm not too big on hiking. I used to when I was more steady on my feet. You're liking Amazon, especially in lockdown. Celtic Bear, I don't know how I could deal without Amazon. I order so much through them. And now that our Walmart has that $15 a month, they'll deliver anything for free. And I'm only about 5 miles from the Walmart. That has become a lifesaver for me too. All I have to do is put my order in online, and in a couple of hours, it's sitting out on the front porch waiting for me to come get it. Yeah, Christy, hiking, I loved it. When my kids were little, we did a lot of hiking and we'd go out exploring. But ever since my second bout with cancer, I've not had the balance I need to do that kind of thing anymore. If it's uneven ground, I don't do terribly well with it. I don't walk very securely. And an uneven ground, I can't take my walker because it has to have flat surfaces. Because when you try and roll over uneven ground, that really makes you insecure. Does anyone else have prayer requests while we're just chatting here? Hello, Han Solo. See, does he like golf because it has birdies too? And it has an albatross and an eagle, so that probably has something to do with it. Got a discount on your Prime membership? That's cool. In the rain, it's bad too. Yeah, walking around in the rain can be very difficult, or in icy weather is also bad. Celtic, how did you get a discount on your Prime membership? I've had Prime for years now, and they've never offered me any kind of a discount. Nice thing about doing your Christmas shopping on Amazon is you can have it delivered right there. You don't even have to worry about that. Getting a treatment. Absolutely, CB. I would be happy to pray for you as well. There we go. Thank you, Amy. I just love my little magic mill. I really do. I had a different brand before I got the magic. It was square like the magic, but it was much larger. And it was a commercial size. And it was wonderful, but it finally died. So I had to get something else. Christy, are you battling that right now? We'll put that definitely on the list. And Ali says prayers for Howie. Put a SNAP card in, $6 or something, what prices used. Huh. I'll be darned. You're welcome, CB. I love being able to pray for my friends. Please pray for our Lord to give us faith in the time that goes on. I'm a believer and a cancer survivor. Thinking of others, I am both as well. I've survived cancer twice now, and I've been a believer since I was a young child. So definitely. There. Lisa, pray for her disability will be approved. Aha, sure will. Oops, my pen's running out of ink. Okay, we got that one. Thank you, Allie. Okay. Praying for everyone here. Yes, I do that every day, Lisa. I pray for everyone who comes here. Oh, Julie, I'm sorry. I am really sorry. That's such a shame. Julie, did you say you're also using heat or cold? I know sometimes my doctor wants me to use cold when my back is bothering me, but the cold seems to make it worse. So I just sit on my heating pad no matter what he says. You know, when I was 59 when I went on the disability, and it took one very quick trip, not to court, but to an officer of the court who did an interview, and they granted it to me right away. I was so pleased. Feed hungry children. Okay. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Yeah. I wish it would. Julie, have you talked to them about an implanted pain pump? The reason I ask is because David suffered horribly for years, and then we got the opportunity to have this implanted pain pump, and it has made all the difference in the world. He truly has been relieved of the majority of his pain. It's wonderful. Celtic Pear loves his heating pad, hot water bottle too. Yeah, I have Celtic. I have a heating pad in my recliner, and I have a heating pad in the bed, and I have one that plugs into the cigarette lighter in my car. I sit on them a lot. Oh my. So we need to pray for the folks in Alabama and Tennessee. Okay. I was so thankful. I went to an attorney who specializes in Social Security disability, and I went on the first try. So good luck on that. Lisa, I can't tell you how much of a difference it made for David. He's a whole different person now. Dave, thank you. You're 70, I'm 71, and my David is 73. So we're all of that age. Oh, how fun. Next car, get heated seats. Great too. You know, Celtic, I agree, but it's very hard to find those in Texas. It's the weather is so hot here that people just don't want heated seats most of the time. I have a little one that David got me when I went to Louisiana my first trip last year, and I just plug it into the cigarette lighter and sit on it and set the temperature on 100, and it's wonderful. I made it the whole way there and didn't hurt at all. Yes, you are, Amy. Yeah, I agree, Julie. I was the same way too. What do I make for Christmas dinner? Well, that's kind of dependent on who's going to be there. If it's mom and dad and my immediate family, siblings and children, I generally make a turkey and a ham. I'll have mashed potatoes and gravy, the giblet gravy, of course. I'll have baked sweet potatoes. I have a sweet potato casserole. I make a fruit salad. I make a corn pudding is what we call it. It's a baked cornbread sweet dish. It's very good. I generally always have a vegetable tray with all kinds of dips. I'll make green bean casserole. I also usually make long grain and wild rice and carrot rounds that I stew. I'm trying to think what else I make. Then my mom always makes all the desserts. I make the food, she makes the desserts, and we always have several pies. So we have all kinds of things. Christy, my kids are 41 and 43. So I know my kids, she's younger than my youngest child. Oh, well, that's all right. But I generally put out a spread 1 year. The year I had my last bout, the year I started my last bout with cancer, I had 22 people for Christmas dinner in my living room, which could only comfortably seat 10. And we ate, I cooked for 3 days before, so it was wonderful. But we had a lot of people there, and we just ate and ate and ate. Yeah, Lisa, there are a lot of young people. Some of the people that would come here are actually, we have a couple of young teenagers and a couple of a little bit older teenagers, and even a few in their early 20s. So we have it everywhere. I'm actually trying to start a charity service to help disadvantaged people in your part of the UK, eventually the whole of UK. Just trying to get funding currently. Oh, Forkin, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Chase, 65, her son is 41. Yep. Actually, we did. We had to eat in shifts because there was no way we could all sit in there at one time. I had a Christmas dinner that started at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we finished serving the last person at 4 o'clock that afternoon. So, yeah. Dad's roasted goose with a special wild rice stuffing. Oh, Ruth, that sounds wonderful. I've never had the opportunity to cook a goose. I'm told that the grease can be, the meat can be greasy, but I'm also told that goat is the same way. I've never had an opportunity to cook either one. Christy, I think thinking of our kids as babies is natural. I think we all do it. Daughter Francesca is 29, but when I look at her, she's still 4. Yeah. Yep. You loved it, Celtic? He had goose one time. With all of your cooking and chef's training, I'm surprised you've only had it once. Well, I don't even know if we're going to have much of a dinner this year. I took food over to my parents for Thanksgiving, and we had it there, and it was lovely. Golden Corral and buy it and take it to mom and mom's house and eat there. That's a whole lot easier. I don't know. I do like to cook, but sometimes, especially now, it's just not the thing I can do. You raised geese on a small hobby farm in Duluth, Minnesota. No, I would love to have a goose farm. So you'd probably be at home for the holidays, so you make something simple. Yep. Lisa